According to new reports, there are at least 37 members of the House and the Senate who have broken the Stock Act, which is a federal law that bars members of Congress from trading stocks based on insider knowledge, either from legislation, from upcoming contracts that they know about, basically anything that they come across in their duties as members of Congress that the average American citizen would not have knowledge of. Not allowed to trade stocks based on that. But more importantly, the Stock Act, well, probably not more importantly, but either way, the Stock Act also says anytime you trade a stock, anytime your spouse trades a stock, anytime there is a stock trade that you financially benefit from, you have to report it immediately. And so far this year, 37 members of Congress, both Republicans and Democrats, have failed to do that. So, before we go any further, let's name some names. Democratic Senator Dianne Feinstein, Republican Senator Tommy Tuberville, Republican Senator Roger Marshall, Senator Rand Paul, Republican from Kentucky, Democrat Mark Kelly from Arizona, Senator Cynthia Loomis, Republican from Wyoming, Democratic Representative Tom Malinowski from New Jersey, Republican Representative Pat Fallon, Representative Diane Harshbarger, Republican from Tennessee, Representative Katherine Clark, Democrat from Massachusetts, Representative Blakemore, Republican from Texas, Dan Crenshaw, Republican from Texas, Representative Susie Lee, Democrat from Nevada, Representative Kevin Hearn, Republican from Oklahoma, Debbie Wasserman Schultz, Democrat from Florida, Patrick Maloney, Democrat from New York, Brian Mast, Republican from Florida, Laurie Trey, Democrat from Massachusetts, John Rutherford, Republican from Florida, Kathy Castor, Democrat from Florida, August Pfluger, Republican from Texas, Cherry Bussos, Democrat from Illinois. The list goes on and on. I'm not going to sit here and go through all of them. But anyway, the point is this. Why does this keep happening? Why do we have so many members of Congress that don't give a damn that they're violating a federal law? Well, the answer is because usually when they get popped for this, the fine is $200. $200 or less, actually. So you can trade a bunch of stocks. And some of these stock trades, by the way, are worth hundreds of thousands of dollars that these members of Congress have engaged in this year. Okay, keep that in mind. This is 37 just this year. $200. So if you had to pay a fine of $200 in order to make a profit of $100,000, I'd say that's a pretty damn good investment. So it kind of behooves these members of Congress to not report their stocks, considering that the penalty is essentially non-existent. Much like most of corporate America, they just work it into the cost of doing business. Like, yeah, I'll make $100,000 and pay you $200 because I failed to report it. Oops, my bad. And the rationale of these members of Congress is absolutely mind-blowing, too, because they always try to plead ignorance, according to Business Insider here. They blame it on their accountants. They blame it on their spouses. They blame it on clerical errors. They blame it on, oops, I literally just forgot. Whatever it is, there's always some excuse like, oh, man, yeah, my accountant's a complete dumbass. Totally forgot to tell me that this happened. They shift the blame, and unless the fine gets waived by the House Ethics Committee or the Senate Ethics Committee, which, by the way, actually happens a lot. The ethics committees will just say, don't worry about it. You're good to go. You're one of us. So we're not going to hold you accountable. Because at the end of the day, in spite of all the partisan divisions in America, and especially in D.C., Republicans versus Democrats, at the end of the day, it's one big club. And we're not in it. But they are. And they're in charge of policing one another, and they're clearly doing a bang-up job of that.